So back here, it's also been smashed, but that's okay. We've pulled it out with the trooper, as you can see in previous footage on this same video. And it's still a little wonky, but we're gonna go with it, you know what I mean? So as you can see, that's pretty munched, and we're gonna see how bad it looks underneath. Pretty bad, but we can work with it. So the bottle jack on the bender died. Oh wait. Just had to fiddle with it, I guess. Come on. Nope. I am like literally one mark away from where I need to be. So I ended up getting sketchy. I was able to just move it up here to get more range of motion. I guess I could have unscrewed that more. And we got to the mark we wanted. So revisit that and get to learn about bottle jacks, see if I can fix it up. And if not, I'll just make that one work or buy another bottle jack. Keep running this thing. Put a bigger adapter on there for that, whatever. So to clarify what I was doing earlier with cutting all this stuff, when everything's on the car, this bash bar will be welded on the car, and if the car ever gets totaled or something, you can cut it off there, and same on the other side. Comes right off. Car was just kind of too messed up, and there wasn't much to bolt it onto. There was literally like 3 tiny little bolts on each side, so with the original brackets, so I didn't really trust those. So I kind of thought of this after the fact, so kind of tack this in place, gonna try to take that nice, and then when it's off, I will plate the body of the car there. So kind of the idea here is that if the car takes a sideways hit, it just doesn't have a loose tube floating that will definitely bend. It's gonna have like the car to add to the strength. Even though there's a pretty weak part of the car, it's still kind of like multiplied by the tube. They kind of help each other. There's going to be a little gusset down there, and there's also going to be, I'm going to put a cap down here so it's just nice and clean down there. Multiple times of using the floor jack shouldn't negatively affect it. I think everything's straight enough for my standards. Again, crooked like the front of the car was. You can see that's further out than that because that's bashed in, and I tried to measure off of this part because I thought it was kind of straight, but I don't know how straight it was, but it looks okay. So on this side, that side turned out a little different because this is pushed in a little over here, different than it is over there, but we're working with it. Oh, lastly, the side stuff, not only will it make it stronger in the side impact, but picking up on here, it takes some of the stress away from here. It's going to share the load up to there, so it should just make the whole thing a lot more rigid, is what I think. And yeah, ready for a beating. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make distinct markings on here, so when I go to put the bumper back on, I will know kind of where it was. And it's not the most precise thing in the world, but you know, it's some reference point. The other thing is this car actually, or not this car, the back end of the car actually has a center point to work off of, and I have the center point of the tube. So I was able to keep that all pretty linear there, unlike the front. So these aren't exactly in the same spot on each side, but the plate itself is not exactly in the same spot on each side. So just kind of, we're working with what we got, and should be good. By the way, this is the factory bumper mount behind this, so should be a pretty rigid point to go off of, because the quote-unquote frame rail hangs out on the other side of that, so should be groovy. So over here, like I said, that kind of ties everything together, because when that's being picked up, it kind of prevents twisty forces on here. A little gusset there I could fit. I mean, I guess I could have made this go down further, but you know, I didn't. Maybe next time. And then over here, I did a really jumbo gusset, and I could pick this apart all day because I built it, but kind of wish I would have gone a little further out, then kicked it in. But I left a hole here not only for looks, but a toe strap could be bolted in. So if it needs to be drug on and off a trailer or just backwards out of a hole in the track, it makes it kind of simpler than having to chain stuff around this, especially if it's painted kind of nice. Now granted, the bumper skin will go over it most of the time once he gets a new one, but yeah.